Alright, so I've decided to upgrade pretty much the entire lighting system for the FZ-07. I'm going to switch everything to LED. I'm also going to add a classic fly screen or windscreen. Should be interesting. I'm not sure how it'll look, but we'll soon find out. Alright, so here I have the M.Blaze Pin turn signal. It's small, extremely small, but from everything I've seen on the internet, it's extremely bright. Small but bright. I have a flasher relay to stop the hyperblink. TST Industries LED flasher relay. This is the Motodynamic or Motodynamic, I forget the MD something. Motodynamic, Motodynamic integrated smoked out tail light. Still in the plastic. I'm not going to take it off until I actually mount it. I won't be doing this today, or I'll probably edit the video together though. But it's still in the plastic. It's got the integrated turn signals, so I won't have any rear turn signals. Although I am kind of tempted to go with another set of Moto Gadget M-Pin Blaze on the rear. I'm going to see how I like this first. But I'm kind of tempted to go buy another set of these. Alright. Now, for the most expensive part, the LED headlamp. This was like $390. I paid like, after shipping and all that other stuff, I paid like $415 for the headlight on loan at the time of this video. So, damn, it's starting to rain. So this is the LED headlight. Matte black. JW speaker. Should be a logo, right? Maybe you can see it, maybe you can't. Just a logo, who cares? Yeah, it's starting to rain. But yeah, that's the headlight. Alright, so the rain is kind of slowed up a little bit, so get back to the lighting system modification. Alright, now, of course, with the headlight, you have to have a way to secure the headlight to the bike. And these are the mounting brackets for the headlight. They were insanely expensive. Insanely expensive. I'm tired. I don't know. What? $200. Now, I knew I was gonna modify the headlight, so I bought some cheaper mounting brackets for the FZ-07's headlight, but it turns out they're not going to work. Not for what I have in mind, at least anyways. These were $200. The ones I bought from Amazon were $15. Now, the reason I went ahead and paid the $200 for this is because once these are mounted, they will allow me to attach a classic fly screen as well as the turn signals, which the other ones, the other brackets, the cheaper brackets, would also allow me to attach the turn signals, but I wouldn't have been able to attach the fly screen. So these are the mounting brackets. Now let's get to the fly screen. Nice white box. Now this fly screen, or classic windscreen, whatever you want to, it's a fly screen, they're calling it a fly screen, is from Motodynamic, somewhere in California, I think, in collaboration with Dart Fly Screens, so it's a collaboration. And right, I know it's tall, but hopefully I can adjust it. I don't want it way up in my face. But it's a nice black color. I like the black, and you can see through it. Well, not through the camera, but you can definitely see through it if the lighting was right. It matches in with the FZ-07's color pretty good. So yeah, we'll mount that. The headlight will sit right there, obviously, and this will come up and clean up the LCD, I guess. So as far as the mounting brackets, are concerned, I don't think I'll have to drop the forks. That slides right out. Yep. Again, kind of leave it kind of loose so I can adjust it. Guess that will go like that. So obviously the turn signal would go in there, both inside of this hole right here, and the headlight should come in this hole, that hole. Alright, so the brackets are up. Everything's looking good so far. I gotta remove this front stand because the headlight's gonna be low. Headlight's gonna be low, and I'm gonna have it low so that I can clear the this right here with the fly screen. The fly screen might give me an issue with this. So yeah, headlight is gonna be low. I'm hoping the fly screen doesn't go too much higher than this, but I also have to clear this with the fly screen. Clear it, meaning that it doesn't contact it. Now, I'm just like assembling this, and I know I'm going to take it apart later to put Loctite on it. I ran out of Loctite, so I'm waiting on Loctite to come from Amazon. I just want to get a general idea of what it'll look like. Definitely have to Loctite that. I mean, it seems pretty secure now, but you know, my concern is hitting bumps, because I can definitely like move it with my hands, but I'm not. Again, I haven't like really secured it either. Like, it's pretty tight though. Okay, that's less free play with my hands. I can shake the whole bike by doing this. But still, you know, that kind of concerns me. That would be very annoying to have to keep tightening these bolts, because it moves while I'm actually riding the bike. But right now, that seems pretty good, because I'm rocking the whole bike, and the movement is gone. So maybe I won't have to worry about that. Hopefully, I won't have to worry about that. I'm definitely going to come back and Loctite these, though. That's enough tightening. Let's see how it looks. And so, the fly screen, in theory, would go there. It kind of clears the LCD. Yeah, I'm okay with this. I'm okay with this. I didn't think I would like the fly screen, but I think this kind of cleans up the front area here, because this is like a cluttered mess right now because of the wires. That would pretty much hide everything and definitely clean it up. Alright, so I have the fly screen, windscreen all assembled. It didn't come with any instructions, but I mean, if you have common sense, you'll figure it out. So it's assembled. Let's get an idea of what it will look like. It's not too high. It's just clearing the LCD. You know, and it gives me a little, you know, protection. You know, it's not really gun protection, I don't think, but I basically got it to clean up all the wires in this area. Dude, I really want inverted forks on this. That might be another winter project. If I can survive without crashing it, I might go ahead with the inverted forks. But for right now, this I'm liking the way this screen is looking. I'm not going to fully assemble it, because I'm going to take all this stuff apart again so that I can readjust the LCD bracket, because it's not locked tight. The bolts have not been locked tight. I don't know if that's a word, but I'm using it. Yeah, that's not. I'm liking this. This is not too high. I think this is what I'm gonna go with. That is the new front headlight. I still have to put the turn signals on. I still have to put the tail light on. But this is the front of the bike. wish I had inverted forks. I wish all this was black though, and this was down here. I might, if I can survive without wrecking this again, I might go ahead and like swap out a front end. What is it? The XSR, I think 700 or 900 has inverted forks. I wonder if I can put a front end on this. An XX, I forget, I don't know, the cafe racer type joint. I think it's the 900 or the 700, but yeah, I might look into swapping out to inverted forks. So, if you don't know, I left my FZ-07's ass somewhere out there on the streets. I scraped it off. It just scraped off. But that's okay though, because I have some new ass. And new ass is debadged. Oh, yes. No badges. Blacked out. Invoices. Yamaha bolts and parts and stuff. I ran into a problem with the Motodynamic integrated turn signal light, tail light. The problem was I got the signals to work in the hazards, but the brake light and the tail light itself wouldn't come on, just wouldn't operate. So I essentially had no tail light, no brake light. What I soon realized is that I was blowing a fuse. There's a fuse in this box right here, the ignition fuse. It's a 10 amp fuse, and it's a signal fuse. It's a 10 amp signal fuse. I kept blowing it. And the reason I kept blowing it, which, it prevented me from getting the tail light, the brake light, was because I had an exposed wire. This is my plate light. The plate light was connected, and I just had these wires just hanging out in here. So every time I started the bike, well, not even started, just like give it power to the on position, the fuse would pop. So I unplugged that. That solved that issue. So now I do have brake lights, but there's another issue. There is another issue. I'm going to show you. So as you can see, I do have lights now. I'll turn it off, maybe you can see if you can catch it. Alright, so the problem now is the brake light is stuck on. So it's stuck. Now I went to the website for Motodynamic. The website has a troubleshooting list, and it asks you a bunch of questions. Of course, I said no to a lot of them, but then it asks, have you had any brake work done? Yeah, I've got a new master cylinder on the handlebars, and I've also got new rear sets, which, manipulated the brake light switch. So now it turns out that the Woodcraft rear sets are continuously triggering the brake switch on the rear sets. So I have to adjust the brake switch on the Woodcraft rear sets. Alright, so I've exposed the brake switch and its connection point, or its harness. I could just disable it, which is what I'll probably end up doing if I can, because I'm never going to use the rear brake by itself. for this point is disabled, and that would stop it from triggering the light. But I'm gonna see if I can adjust this. So it does spin around in there. So I could spin it downwards, but I would have to take off this Woodcraft rear set. No, I'm not doing that. This was a pain in the ass to get on. Oh, I can just spin it like this. I think I'm going downwards. I'm not sure. Am I going down? It's definitely going down. I think that might have solved it. I think that may have solved it. So that definitely has adjusted it. Now I'm gonna hook it back up and test the brake light. Alright, so I have adjusted the brake switch at the rear set, because it's definitely not the Daytona Nissan. It's the rear set brakes, the Brembo brakes that was giving me a problem. So like I said, I've adjusted it. It's still connected, but it just had to be adjusted. So I'm going to turn the bike on and see what happens now. Hopefully when I turn the bike on, the rear brake or the switch is not automatically activated, which will cause it to be on at all times. So it doesn't look as bright as it did. I'm going to step on the rear set's peg to see what happens. Alright, so the adjustment did work. Problem solved. I'm also just going to check out the switch at the lever, I guess. The Daytona Nissan. Okay, so I'm done. LED lighting upgrade complete. Now I was going to end the video and leave like a cliffhanger type of joint, I guess. But I've done some research, and people don't like they don't like quote unquote clickbait. They get kind of upset at clickbait. You know, they expect to see whatever is on the thumbnail. Oh yeah, I also have the relay already installed, so that's good to go. That is the M.Blaze, I think it is what it's called. Alright, this is the tail light with integrated signals. I'm back. Stay tuned.